Welcome back to another video. This is V and you're watching Buzzing with V. I am making some miniature ghost tags today. I'm using this die from ScrapDivaDesigns.com. I will have the link in the description below. If you'd like to save 10%, use discount code V10%. That's VEE10 and the percent sign. And you can use it throughout the entire website. So these tags are currently on pre-order. Thankfully they are on pre-order and not just sold out. So usually everything gets sold out. However, yeah, pre-order, you guys, if you'd like to pick this up. It's a tag. You can use it as a gift tag. Here I'm using it as a jewelry holder, so you can do that as well. I added a miniature charm, chunky charm here. I'm also sharing with you what I'm using. This is Buttons Galore and More flatbacks. I'm using some twine, I'm using some sequins, and also of course I'm using beads. I'm going to make a chunky charm. So I do that off camera. I do all my wire wrapping, that's a tongue twister for me. So yeah, I wrap all the beads up and I add them to my chain, make a little chunky charm. But what I am going to show you is, these are my glass beads that I'm using. I picked them up from Amazon. Is the shrink wrap that I'm using, so to create a charm. So I am creating a charm, which I'm also using some AC Digital's clip art. So I did pick out the Happy Halloween collection by American Crafts, and it's all digital, and I print it onto this shrink plastic. I'm not sure, did I say shrink wrap? I'm not sure if I said shrink wrap. I hope I did it. So I'm using this chain from Hobby Lobby. So I do have one in gold and one in silver. So here are all my silver jump rings that I will be using as well. I picked these ones up from Amazon if you'd like to pick that up. If I have the link, I will link it below. Hopefully I do. They're like the itty bitty miniature ones, the smallest you can get. I'm also using some of this foam from Michaels. This one's Michaels. I'm using the basil cardstock as well. So there's the SKU, so you can check that out. It is almost a neon orange, and I just love how bright this orange is, and I'm obsessed with it for Halloween right now. So I made these ghosts here for a group swap, and I also made one here for the video. So but I'm also using these he/she beads, which I picked up from Michaels way back when they were all the craze. Again, the basil, you can pick that up from scrapbook.com, American Crafts as well. And let's see what else I need. So this is a pretty long intro, right? I will have a timestamp. Okay, so I'm showing you a different type of foam. So I do use both. I use the Recollections one and the Hobby Lobby one. And so for this new ghost, I'm using the Hobby Lobby Fun Foam. And for the other three ghosts, I did use the Recollections foam. So I'm just going to glue my pieces together. The hands are on foam because it's going to hold my chunky charm in place. Little itty bitty chunky charm. And so I do put the little arms on some foam. The rest of it is all paper. And so I'm using some liquid glue to glue that on. I'm also going to use some sequins here. This sequence is from Hobby Lobby. I did pick this up probably 2 years ago, and I'm so glad I did. At the time, I wasn't into this very bright orange at all, and I don't know why I just grabbed it. It was probably on sale, that's why. So I do stitch some sequins onto the ghosts, and also I add some flatbacks from Buttons Galore and More. And so I do back the ghost up with some orange. So the top layer is white cardstock, and the bottom layer is the basil bright orange cardstock. And so I do adhere that on top. So You don't have to do stitching if you're going to recreate something like this. Don't think that you have to do stitching. You can just glue the sequence on as is and put the flatbacks right on top, and it'll work, you guys. I'm a little extra sometimes, and I just love the stitching. It comes second nature to me now. I used to hate stitching, and now I am all about stitching, and it just comes second nature again. So okay, so gluing the hands down, I do need a little assistance with my tweezers here because these pieces are so tiny and I always have trouble with them. I'm also gluing down the eyes. So the face features are glittered cardstock, and there's a Recollections brand from Michaels. And so I use the glittered cardstock in the color black. You can also layer up on these, and so I do like the eyes a little bit, like on a slant a little bit. I just think it's so much cuter. And so I'm going to use my crocodile here to create a hole and punch a hole out, and then add my eyelet there. And the eyelet is and it's white, and I picked that up from Amazon if you like to get that yourself as well. And so the tag does come with a hole, and I wanted it to look a little different since I am adding jewelry per se, my charm. And so I wanted it to hold some a jump ring, and instead of just the twine. So here I'm feeding my twine in, and I'm going to tie a bow with another piece of twine. So I think you want to cut about 6 inches and fold the twine and then insert it into the hole folded, and then you want to feed the ends inside the fold part. And so I'm adding a bow, and I glued it to the other twine there, and then adding my flatbacks here. I just love these flatbacks. I wasn't into flatbacks before, and all of a sudden they just popped out to me, and I just needed to have them. So here I am using them, and you'll see much more of them. I don't know what it is, but I love twine for Halloween. If it doesn't have, for some reason, twine, it's not Halloween for some reason. I don't know, but I need to get some pink twine as well. I do have a thinner pink twine, but I need a thicker, like, pink twine, so when I do pastel as well. Here I am using the wire from Hobby Lobby. I cut approximately about 9 loops for the one that I will be sharing with you in a bit. And this one in the video, I did cut less than that. It really depends on the plastic charms. So I'm using the Silhouette Shrink plastic sheets. And these ones are the ones where you place in the oven, in the toaster oven or oven. However, in this video, what I do is I use my heat tool gun, which works well, and you'll see right now, here's a ghost, here is a pumpkin. I did that on my desk with a heat tool. And so all you have to do is run this through the printer and also run it through your electronic cutter. However, if you do not have an electronic cutter, no worries. As you can see here, I'm doing fussy cutting for the sake of this video, so you can see that you are able to do so as well. So I'm doing the fussy cut, and usually what you would want to do is print out the image roughly double the size. So in this case, here it is, approximately 3 inches or so, and it will shrink down to the size that I will share with you in a bit. So I am using some handheld punch tools here, And so I do punch out some holes, and that's where I'm going to feed my jump rings through. You can use a bigger punch. However, I just had this one on hand. And I also punch one right under or right in between the body and the skeleton's arm. And there it is right there. You do not want to go too close to the edge because your charm will break. The smaller it gets, the thinner the sides will get as well. So one of my ghosts did bust, and I will show you that in a bit how that looks. So here I'm using my crocodile. You can also use that as well. My handheld punch didn't work, so I went over to the heavy duty tool. So this did the job for me for punching out the top hole in a larger size. And so there it is. I'm gonna get out my heat tool gun here. You could use any one you'd like. I'd also like to mention when doing this, you do not want to use a plastic mat. Here I'm using my plastic mat. However, you can't see in the video, but it did warp. You don't want that. Here's my ghost here. This is the one that broke. As you can see, the hole on the bottom of the ghost tail, it's a little too close to the edge. So here I am heating up my charm, and look how small it is now. So it's roughly about 1.5 inches. Here's my little chunky charm. All the other 3 have gone already. They have been mailed, shipped, and received, and a video will be coming very soon on that. So I added the skeleton here and added all of my charms. This is a traditional color miniature chunky charm, and I'm adding this here. So the ghost, again, ScrapDivaDesigns.com if you'd like to pick that up. I will have all the links listed below, and also here are the other charms. So again, you could make anything you'd like. I will have AC digitals listed below as well. As you can see, the ghost here, it did crack where the hole is. I added the hole way too close to the edge, and here this one just ate it. Just ate it where the hole is. It was just too thin down there, and so I just have to bring it up higher if I want it to be as is on these little charms. So I did make a pink one. Unfortunately, I didn't share that with you guys. I just got too busy. However, you can make one yourself, and these are just so cute to send off any type of jewelry you'd like to gift on this spooky season. So that concludes the video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you guys in the next video.